guys, so as you can tell from the title of this vlog, this is going to be a very, very ranty type of a vlog, whatever. Originally, when I decided to make this, I was very angry and I made myself wait till I calmed down, but now the anger kind of just subsided into feeling sad and depressed, and I just feel like shit about myself now because once again my sister wins again. My youngest sister loves making me feel like absolute shit about myself because I couldn't possibly stand it if I ever start to like myself a tiny bit. Anytime that I feel like I'm actually getting the hang of anything, no, she has to come along and say or do something to make me feel like an utter failure at life and like I should just fucking kill myself. So, you know, there's that, but I will backpedal a little bit. She does this thing where I will be in the middle of a conversation with someone else. She's not even a part of it. She'll just traipse right into the room, interject herself, find a way to grab onto something to make me feel like shit, and then traipse out, and yet she's somehow the angry one. Today, this started with, so my dad's doing one of those Nielsen ratings panels. He signed up to do that, and he filled out most of the booklet. He did the long-ass phone interview that took him like an hour, and is down to just the, for 1 week, he has to, write down every single thing he watches on TV, and how long it is, what time it is, blah, 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 blah. And he was kind of whining about what a pain in the ass that is, and I was like, well, you're the one who signed up to do it, and, you kinda knew going into it was gonna be a pain in the ass. And he was like, I could just cheat at it. And, I mean, I basically know what I watch, but I mean, I want to help ratings, so I'll wait till Young Sheldon's on the air so I can help ratings, but yeah, because I'm sure one guy is gonna keep it on the air through sweeps, right? And this is about the point where my sister comes in the room, she's like, why would you tell him to cheat? And he turns around and he goes, didn't you ever have to chart anything for high school? Didn't you know what a pain in the ass it was to do it for a week? She's like, yeah, I had to do food diaries, I had to do sleep diaries, I had to do exercise diaries. Then she turns to me. You, no doubt, are a dumbass and listened to Dad and cheated on all of yours. Know it? I only ever had to do one of those for school, and yeah, I did cheat, but not out of easiness, out of not wanting the CPS to show up at our house, because yeah, we had to do food diaries, and at that point in time, I was not only a vegetarian who had yet to figure out alternate food choices that I could eat as a meal other than breakfast that consisted of something other than a salad. So at that point in my life, I was literally living off of a salad a day. Period. No snacks, that was it. I would have that for dinner. I didn't bother with breakfast and didn't bother eating anything for lunch at school. So, I mean, with the occasional drink throughout the day, yeah, I pretty much went 2 or 3 years, just that is all I ate. But I knew damn well for this class, if I wrote that down, someone would be looking into this, either going, this kid has an eating disorder, or we need to call in CPS because obviously somebody's being neglected because look at how little she eats. Didn't want that happening, so yeah, I fudged it to make it look like a more normal person diet, and I even put in some, crap foods to make it look realistic because nobody eats all healthy all the time. Yes, here I am eating my feelings with Ritz crackers, don't mind me. But I knew damn well that I kinda had to. She even had the same teacher. She, of all people, should know how legit this would have been in that situation. But she just dude, you were basically a high school dropout, and you cheated to even get the diploma you did, so... And pretty much just stood there, waited to see what I'd come up with. It's just first of all, you can't have it both ways. I'm either a high school dropout, or you have to acknowledge that I got my diploma, not a GED. I got my diploma, thank you very much. You can't have it both ways. Either let me have the street cred of being a high school dropout, which actually I wouldn't even have a problem with, or, you know the truth, acknowledge my fucking diploma that I had to fight tooth and nail for. Yeah, I did it through independent study, but that doesn't make it any less real high school. I did probably more work through that program than typical high schoolers do. This is how fast my brain's going all hell over the place. I can't even talk straight right now. But more work in that program than typical high schoolers do at school. Because suddenly everything is now homework, and you have to do more of it. Like, more than typical classwork plus homework combined is what independent study looks like, and I was cool with that. And for that program, you cannot slack off. You have to maintain at least a B average to even stay in the program. If you slip below it even a little bit, you're out. You are out. You don't get a second chance. You're just done. The end. Go away. Try again at the adult school. So the fact that I managed to stay in it, just saying, and I did not cheat. The only things that could have been viewed as cheating were, like, for gym class, yeah, damn right, I wasn't gonna go get a gym membership. A, I had no money to do that with, and B, that's really gross. There's germs everywhere in a gym. Just, you will not ever in my entire life find me in a gym. I'm sorry. Unless I buy gym equipment for at home. It's not gonna happen. Because germs, and I'm a germaphobe. I mean, I used to walk to pick my sister up from school every day at the end of the week, but that did not fulfill the credits in and of itself. So I was able to fulfill the credits by writing long-ass essays that pertain to health, or to sports, or to physical fitness. It didn't matter. It counted. It absolutely counted. The teacher counted. He told me I could do that as an alternative. So I whipped through those credits in about 3 weeks and never had to fucking think about gym ever again. That's not cheating. I just did it an alternate route. Just like, you know, the whole cliched thing of dissecting a frog, oh, this kid has a problem with it. Okay, well, you get an alternate assignment. Are their credits any less valid? No. They just took an alternate route to do the same thing. The only other thing that would be construed as cheating for high school, which wasn't, but okay, was my math credits. Yeah, I have a learning disability. I cannot handle even simple math. So for remedial math, yeah, I fulfilled all my high school credits with remedial math and barely skated by. But I managed to skate by on enough credits through enough assignments to where I got that D-, to where that's technically a passing grade. I could graduate. That was like the only thing holding me back. If it hadn't been for math, I could have graduated high school in less than 2 years. So, fuck off. But doesn't matter to her because she doesn't view it as real high school because I wasn't physically there in person. And likewise, she doesn't view anything I do to earn money as a real job just because I do it all from home. It doesn't make it any less real or any less meaningful that I do it from home. I've had to fight an uphill battle every fucking step of the way from high school graduation, which I was extremely ill at that point. The fact that I even graduated is a fucking wonder in and of itself, but I did with an actual diploma and not a GED, which I'm very proud of to this day. No, I didn't ever go to college. I probably won't ever get to go to college, and you know what? I've made peace with that fact, but my grandpa tried to tell me at the time that I was an idiot for not going, but given that my options were either sell out and do what somebody else wanted me to do with my life rather than what I wanted to do with my life, and I was not willing to compromise on that because I wanted to either go study art or forget it, I'm not going to college, and they would only support me going to college if I were to study to be a lawyer or a doctor. Yeah, no, I wasn't willing to do that, so I didn't go to college. Everybody thought I'd eventually break and do it, but I didn't. If I had it to do over again, would I change anything? No, I don't think I would, honestly. Even with knowing how things turned out, I still don't think, even if I had the ability, with the knowledge that I have of how my life turned out, and could go back and change it, I really don't think I would. Because I know how I am, and that's an awful lot of money to throw at schooling that I would likely fail out of because it's too hard for me. So, in an interest that I don't have, and I would hate myself for going into, just, no. I mean, granted, yeah, there was a point where I wanted to be a doctor, but for how slow I would have to go through the schooling to do that, because at most, I can handle 2 classes at a time. Even at a high school level, I can only handle 2 at a time. Still managed to graduate, though, but, with full credits, just saying, and with the exception of math, had very good grades across the board, so fuck off. If you don't view it as real, it's absolutely real, I just didn't. I did it in an alternate method. But regardless, I know damn well that, yeah, I would most likely fail out of college because the way that college works, my brain doesn't play nice with. I have a combination of Asperger's syndrome on top of several learning disabilities. I am mildly dyslexic, and I have dyscalculia, which is why I can't do math to save my fucking ass. So between the two, plus ADD, it's not a winning combo. Is it physically impossible? I suppose if I really, really wanted to, I could make it happen, but it's not really what I want. What I wanted to do, nobody wanted to support, so I figured, fuck it. I'll do something else. So I figured, screw college, I'll go get a job. However, again, I was very sick at the point when I graduated, and it took a few years to even get to a point where, be it college or a job, even part-time would have even been possible, and even at that would have been a stretch just because my health is so fucking iffy. Even at this point today is so iffy that I don't think I'd be able to maintain a job outside the home much anywhere for very long before my health would come along and fuck it up for too many missed days and they'd let me go, but that's neither here nor there. But, funny thing, in the Bay Area of all places where jobs are very, very competitive to get in the first place, they really don't want somebody without a college education, just like, my grandpa tried to warn me, but I mean, I accept that that was my decision, and I accept that that's the way things have to be because of it. Is that game over? No, because what I decided was fine. The system doesn't want to work with me, then I don't want to work with the system. I'll think outside the box. I'll make my own fucking job. So I did. Several times over. My first one, I used to design websites. Unfortunately, the internet kind of shifted towards apps, which I don't know how to program, and that's why I stopped doing what I did initially, because I can't program apps. There's still a small sliver of a market of people who still want websites, but there's so many tools online now, even for free, where pretty much even a total dumbass can make a website to where it just, yeah, you can't really reliably find work as that anymore, especially enough to pay the bills. So that kind of died, plus the combo of my one little mini brush with fame, who I worked for 3 years, y'all know the story at this point, but it's such a pain in the ass to work for. It really soured me on even wanting to work that type of job ever again. After that, I was like, no. And that was somebody I was legit a fan of to boot. If I couldn't even stand him acting like that, there is sure as shit no way in hell I'm gonna deal with a Joe Blow doing that. No, it's not gonna happen. So, there's a few years where I legit didn't do much of anything because I figured maybe I'll be a writer and I'll write a fucking book. And I had several ideas. I couldn't finish any of them. So that kind of went out the window. That doesn't mean I've given up on it. It just means, should I ever actually finish one, I'll try and publish it. But I can't base my life off of if I ever finish a book and hopefully it'll sell some copies. Yeah, no, I can't base my future on that. So fine. That went out the window. So I found an online data entry job that did not require a college education. It doesn't pay very much. It's not guaranteed work by any means, but it's something. It was a foot in the door of having an income of some sort on a fairly regular basis, even though it's not even minimum wage, it's something. So that was piece number one. So once I had a steady income from that starting to come in, that's when I started my Etsy shop and started earning a little bit over there. And as I learned more skills like how to knit and how to crochet and how to start making things, I started making considerably more money over there. Most of my money comes from over there, even though it's been very quiet lately, and that's why I'm so scared right now. But regardless, that was piece number two. I still was doing and still continue to do the data entry in conjunction with that. And then came the day I found out I could monetize my YouTube. And granted, I don't make very much very often off of it either, but it's something as well. And it's like I keep finding more pearls to add to this strand of different streams of income. Eventually, it's going to add up to at least minimum wage. I'd like it to add up to more than that, but I mean, it is definitely something. You can't just go, it's not real. Yeah, bitch, please, I work more hours a day than most people do at a traditional 9-to-5 job. I work more hours a day than most people who work 2 jobs at the same time. So fuck off. I don't bring home as much money. That is absolutely true. That is the trade-off for working from home and being self-employed, but it doesn't make them any less real jobs. And the fact that she likes to basically just laugh me out of the park for that. It just pisses me off and it grates my nerves, and she knows it does. Because she sees how much it gets under my skin when my dad pulls this shit with me too. And that's why she's just like, oh, I found an Achilles heel. It's like in her blood to want to fuck with me, and I don't know why she has to be like this, but it's just how she is, and it sucks. And she feels smug as hell because she's got a traditional job, and she's going to college, and she's gonna be a psychologist one day, and I'm like, that's cool for you. However, you bitch every single day about how much you hate your job and how much you hate going to school, how much you're gonna probably hate being a therapist. So, you know, that's the trade-off, is that you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your life. I at least enjoy what I do. And to me, that is worth more than the money. So, just saying. Mail truck's here, so I'm gonna wrap this up so I can run down and get that. But it just... she seems to have made it a hobby of hers to make me feel like absolute crap about myself, and like I'm completely worthless. I'm scum of the earth because I refuse to do things the traditional route. It pisses me off, and no, I'm not gonna buckle to it. I'm not gonna cater to it. I will continue to do things my own way, unless there comes a day where it's so dire that I have no other choice but to do it a traditional way. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing things my way, and I think there's something to be said for actually feeling that passionately and that strongly about anything, because it seems like a lot of people these days are willing to basically sell their souls just for a paycheck. I'm not one of those people, so... Anyway, I had to talk it out, because it kept grating on my mind, and I knew damn well if I don't try and talk it out, it's gonna spiral into the depression spiral. I was like, no, if I talk it out and get it out of my system, I'll be okay. So, if you hated this video, I'm okay with that, because I just needed to vent somewhere. Somewhere where there's a sounding board, somewhere where people can either tell me I'm fucking insane, or can validate me, one or the other. I don't even care which side of the line you're on, just I had to vent and get it out of my system, so...